Hey guys, today I'm going to go over dividing mixed numbers. I'm not going to do a lot of examples for these because it's very similar to multiplication, but you're dividing, okay? So I have 2 examples to go over for you, and then I'm going to have you practice a few examples as well today. So when you're dividing mixed numbers, just like when you're multiplying, adding, and subtracting them, your first step is always improper fractions. So this is not in your packet as well, kind of veering away from the packet. So I want you to copy down these problems in your notebook. The first one is 17.5 divided by 1 2/5. And then to the right of that, I would write the second problem, which is 4 3/8 divided by 1 2/5. Okay, so we're going to do the first one together, the 17.5 divided by 1 2/5. So like I said, our first step is always going to be improper fractions. So make them improper first before you divide. You have to. So for 17.5, we're going to go around the world. We're going to do 2 times 17, which is 34, plus 1 is 35 halves. And then same thing for 1 2/5. Go around the world. 5 times 1, 5, plus 2, 7/5. Okay, so we have 35 halves divided by 7/5. So you're literally just going to keep, change, flip, just like we've been doing. So we're going to keep, change, flip. Keep 35 halves. Change division to multiplication, and then flip 7/5 to get 5/7. Okay, so then we are going to multiply straight across. So do 35 times 5. And you get 175. And then you do 2 times 7. And you get 14. Okay? So turning this back into a mixed number, you can do long division. 175 divided by 14. 14 doesn't go into 1, but it does go into 17 once, because 1 times 14 is 14. 7 minus 4 is 3. Bring down the 5. How many times does 14 go into 35? Goes in twice, because 14 times 2 is 28. Subtract. Can't do, so we have to borrow. And you get 7. And so that would be your remainder. So we're going to pop it up. That's the numerator. So it's 12 and 7/14. But you can simplify that. So 7/14 we can actually simplify by dividing by 7. And you get 12 and 1/2. Okay? So I know there's a lot of steps in that we've been working on the past couple of weeks, but I have faith. You can do this. You just got to take your time and write everything down. Plus, you can use your calculator for a lot of this. Like the long division, you don't have to do. I'm just showing it to you. So the second example is 4 3/8 divided by 1 2/5. If you would like to try this on your own as a challenge, go for it. Pause the video and then come back and see how you did. If you would like to just stay with me for one more example, that is okay as well. So we're going to go around the world and change these into improper fractions. And we're going to do 8 times 4 is 32. Plus 3 is 35 eighths. Divided by 5 times 1, 5. plus 2 is 7/5. Okay, we're going to keep, change, flip. Keep 35/8. Change division to multiplication. Flip 7/5 to get 5/7. Okay, so we're going to do 35 times 5, which we did earlier and got 175. And then do 8 times 7, which is 56. So in your calculator, I would type in 175 divided by 56. Okay, so do that for me right now and see what happens. You should see that it gives you a whole number of 3 because it goes in 3 times. 3 times 56 is 168 because you should have seen there was a decimal answer as well. Subtract. You get 7. That pops up to be your remainder. And 7/56, I want you to type into your calculator and see if you can simplify that. You can divide both by 7 to get 3 and 1/8. Okay. If you would type in 3 and 7/56, that would actually, if you just hit equals and simp equals, the calculator does all that work for you. Okay. I'm not worried about you using the calculator to simplify, but I don't want you to use the calculator for the actual division. You can do that part by hand. Okay. So those are the 2 examples for you. I would like you to practice this in your textbooks. You are on page 94, and you're just doing 1 through 8. Okay? Actually, just kidding. Let's make this a little easier. Let's do 1 through 6. Okay? You're welcome. Just 1 through 6 on page 94, and then